brother Dre with the black shield. And also in the house is my brother Xcalibur from South Carolina, the trooper that will stop anybody, trust me. And also my main man, brother Lightford, Rasheed, the light is bright. We are here with I Am The Beast Network. And once again, I'm brother Dre with Curse Breakers 300, and this is the Black Shield. So let's get busy one time. We have a topic for you. We bring in information that you will definitely need to understand. So fellas, first conversation of today, leadership matters. They say Black Lives Matter, and they do, but I'm gonna tell you right now, in the police department, law enforcement, leadership definitely 100% matters. Absolutely. So I need you to talk to me about that, fellas.
Absolutely. Hey, I think first and foremost, as a leader, you should have worked in every aspect of your agency.
Agreed.
You have a lot of folks, especially in sheriff's departments, that get ranked just because. That's my homeboy, that's my homegirl, that's my family. And they become captains and majors and have never worked uniform patrol, but now they are expected to comment on it or supervise members of that division.
Right.
So that's first and foremost. I think each leader should have some aspect of or every aspect of the department they lead. Right.
I agree, bro. I'm telling you, man. That's my biggest pet peeve, man, with leadership and law enforcement. I feel like as a leader, you should be able to go through everything that we going through. You should be able to relate to.
Okay.
You should be able to. I understand you got a lot. Like I'm gonna use Highway Patrol for example, right? I'm gonna go by my corporal. Shout out to Corporal Smith, cool brother. Man, this man right here, I respect him so much. He lead by example. He would go out there just like we outside busting ass.
Right.
He out there busting ass with us.
Right.
Okay.
I know he got a lot of paperwork to do, but he said, "Y'all guys can make traffic stops, so can I." I'm no different than you. Somebody like that, I'ma follow.
Gotcha.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody and leadership, you guys know this. In law enforcement, why do a lot of people leave? It's not because of the people.
Bad leadership.
It's not because of it's because of what?
Bad leadership.
Bad leadership.
Yeah.
They see you, oh man, do this, but they see you not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to work under you, man. They feel like, basically being like a slave.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
They feel uncomfortable, feeling unwanted. Reward your guys sometime, man.
That's right.
My corporal, if we make a certain amount of stops or we get a couple amount of DUIs, he take us out for dinner.
Okay.
It's big.
You know what I'm saying? Now, don't be making no traffic stops that ain't legit. Make some legit traffic stops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want
Just
that
to get
steak
no
dinner.
full meal.
Somebody getting stopped. I want that steak dinner.
Don't be stopping
They
nobody
gonna
because you
get-
want the free steak
Give 'em
dinner.
a White Castle
You know what I'm
burger.
saying?
Just give them a White Castle.
But yes, leadership does matter in law enforcement. I think I live and die by you lead by example.
Yeah.
True. So let's get deeper into the whole leadership matters, because leadership can enhance you or they can put you at the bottom.
Yeah.
Right.
And morale has been a serious topic across the country.
Yeah.
Is dealing with morale.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it starts with leadership.
That's right.
Right.
Okay, so the bottom line, especially in Cincinnati, right now we have horrible leadership. That's right, I said it. I said it, horrible leadership.
Right.
And the chief that's in place right now has absolutely no business being a chief. It was a political move, and the majority of the department clearly said, do not place Teresa Fiji as chief
he put an address
of
on it.
He dropped
police.
names.
Okay.
Name drop. Drop that mic,
Hey,
Dre.
I'm retired. I'm retired, so I can tell it like it is.
Yeah.
So
Hold on,
it was told.
I gotta sip.
Yeah, sip some. I don't want your throat to be dry on this.
I get it,
So
man.
I told them, period. And hundreds of officers agreed. Now, it's deep when you go across through all the officers and you find out that they said, do not pick this individual in place. And because this individual has been put in place, the city is in a turmoil situation. You've had individuals name her completely with her mishap with the Hinton case. You come out as a chief and you place and tell people that Hinton Jr. was shot a certain way, and then the coroner comes back and says, I don't know where the chief got that information.
Wow.
And she's constantly putting her face and words out there, and it reflects the department, which then makes your job even harder because they all put us in one bucket. So a mission I'm going to stay on is making sure that the right leaders are in place, especially when my wife is still in law enforcement.
No, that's right.
Well, let me ask you this, Dre. Since you're retired, ever cross your mind you thinking about going back in and try to take a position?
I can
see them cats following you, bro.
Yes, 100%.
You know, you're a stand-up guy.
Appreciate that.
You know, so I can see them following you. You need to take that lead, bro.
Chief Ewing. Ewing. Yeah.
Well, you know, we wouldn't be able to have me as a chief, but they have civilian positions that they can place as advisors to understand
Forget
that position.
chief. What about mayor?
Watch out.
Hello.
What about mayor? That's over the chief.
Right.
What about mayor?
Somebody mentioned city council too.
City council.
You're right.
What about that?
They the ones we talk about leadership. So tell me, in Atlanta or even South Carolina, do you know who your city council members are and what are they doing actively, except for when it's time for political voting season when you see them? Hello. Oh. You heard what I said. It's Brother Dre, Curse Breakers 300. Tell me right now.
Yeah.
Black Shields.
Well, in my counties, I do know my city councilman, and also I know them personally.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I had them on my podcast.
All right.
And I will say this, not just saying this is to shoot the gun. They doing what they supposed to be doing.
All right.
Anything go down in the city, they on top of it. They handle it ASAP. That's in Sumter County and also Clarendon County. As a matter of fact, I'm good friends with the mayor of Clarendon County.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm not just shooting the gun. If I felt the same way, I would have been calling them out just like you calling out the chief right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So I will say they are doing, and they all African American.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, our city council, they on point. You know what I'm saying? They on point. We have a few on point. One probably can go. You know what I'm saying? But
it's always one.
Yeah. They on point, and they have a vision. Our city's growing. We're annexing some territory.
Okay.
We're doing something unique in our area where our city is supplying police services to a sister city. Mm-hmm. So we're negotiating that. That's still in the air, but we're currently providing police services for their city buildings, their government properties, their parks, and their special activities. So we're still negotiating the other piece where we're doing the 911 calls and things like that. So that's unique in itself. That's never been done in the state of Georgia. It's always been county to city or something like that, but never city to city.
Right.
So it's kind of unique in our situation. But I will say, my city is inside DeKalb County. Okay. And they recently just got a new CEO. She has amazing dreams and drive. She's so far she's doing what she said she was going to do. The former chief is no longer there. I'm not part of the DeKalb County Police Department, but I have visually seen the effects a bad chief will have. This woman that was there, she came from Miami-Dade, and then she ended up being the DeKalb County chief. And since she's at one point, I wanted to be part of the DeKalb County Police Department. I always wanted to say, hey, I want to wear that patch. When she got there, brother, she single-handedly destroyed that department. Wow. Folks left early. Folks got up out of there like the house was burning, which it was. Discipline was uneven. Men got disciplined more than females, and these are things that I've seen personally from people that are a part of that department. DeKalb County is in such turmoil as far as crime now. Right. It's amazing what one bad apple can do to a department. Correct. Right. So they have a new interim chief, and since he's been there, morale has skyrocketed. Like, they're so excited. They're chasing cars now because vehicle theft and vehicle break-ins are high in that county. Right. Crime is high in that county. Right. And this chief seems to be like, I'm on top of it. Okay. This CEO I'm on top of it. You know, so I can say in DeKalb County, I can see a difference. In my city, being that we're growing, I can see a difference. But leadership absolutely matters. Yeah. Right. So
let me ask you this, brother Xcalibur.
What's up, big dog?
Has any of your council members did a ride along with you?
Well, y'all gotta understand too. I'm different from you guys. I'm state, so we don't deal with them. But when I work for the police department. One done a ride along with us. Yes, he has. And he was actually kind of intrigued in what was going on. Like he didn't know the city was like this. Right. And I guess I don't know what happened since I left. This was like during my last month when I was working at the police department. But talking to some, I still stay in contact with some of the guys at the same department I used to work at, and they say a lot of changes happen in that area.
Correct.
A lot of changes happen, man.
Okay.
The drug spot's gone. Matter of fact, they shut down a club we used to have problems with every night.
Right.
They wait till I leave to shut it down. We used to have to deal with this club every night, man.
Right.
They shut it down. So I guess he saw the thing, and he rode over with us on night shift.
All right.
When everything go down.
Good.
On a weekend.
And was it effective? Did it help your whole department?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because in Cincinnati, we have a city manager. We got so many different legs. City manager who does not do any ride-alongs, is immature in how she goes about information, and she specifically picked Teresa Thigi. That means she needs to go. The mayor of the city of Cincinnati, he needs to go because he allowed all this foolishness to happen. So it trickles down the fact. You talked about the mayor, then you got the city manager, then you got the chief. All of them need to go revamp the whole process because this is why people in the city do not trust the police. And you dealing with the leadership that wants to be involved, but they don't want to get in a seat with you, which I think is absolutely ridiculous that you're going to sit there with no type of experience except for pushing a pen. That's why I love you, brother Rasheed. I'm not just saying this here, and I'm going to let you see my eyes when I say it. I love you, my brother, because you have been through so much on your job.
Wow, yeah.
With your experience. That's why you going to be a chief.
My brother, I appreciate it. I
point.
love you too, brother. I love y'all, man. I appreciate that. Our mayor, big shouts out to Mayor Shamika Reynolds. She wants to ride. She does a lot, man. I mean, she constantly, calling, texting, hey, how's everything going? Is there anything we can do? What can we, she's on it. Our city manager is a police officer.
Oh, wow.
So that's something that's different,
That's
so
different.
he knows, he knows what time it is.
That's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows what time it is. So yeah, we good, man. We have issues like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, I believe you supervisors and leadership should lead from the front, like you said.
Right.
I noticed one big thing real quick, just to kind of recap on DeKalb Police, because we listen to they're the big dog in our county. They are the county police. We use their radio system. So I hear all the calls. And at one point, you hear calls, and they're backed up. They have calls pending they maybe have 30 calls pending, and they'll dispatch a call.
Right.
And the sergeant would clear on it. Like, I'm clear, send the next available unit, but wouldn't go himself.
Yeah. That's one thing I don't like.
Yeah. And since this new chief been there, I've been hearing them now. They'll take. Now I understand that you can't as a supervisor, because when I was a new supervisor, I was used to running and gunning. Okay. So I'll be out there running and gunning, and they were like, "Yo, you gotta slow it down because you have to be available for your troops when they need you. You can't be tied up on no call." So I understand that. But you got some calls like low priority calls, alarm calls, things like that you can go take off the plate, because you might have 10 alarm calls pending, and you won't even take one, and your troops out there bumping, hustling, busting calls, and you just chilling. I'm not saying you ain't doing reports, but I'm saying I can tell you ain't doing something.
Correct.
Right. So as a supervisor, you get out there. One big thing as a supervisor, so leadership matters, is I realized that my way of approaching law enforcement was always head on. And I can remember getting my guys into trouble because I saw a situation, I ran head on into it, cuffing up folks, and my folks see me cuffing up folks, so they cuffing up.
So they fall on you. They fall on the leader, yeah.
And it was something I shouldn't have been doing. Now, they're backing me up. I'm in trouble. I'm getting them in trouble, right? So I realized then, like, you know what? I definitely have to lead by example, and sometimes I have to really change the way I direct myself in public.
Right.
I learned that as a supervisor, and that's one thing. It was kind of hard to swallow. I said, let me slow down. But guess what? I ain't gonna leave them on a hot dog stand. You're not gonna have 30 calls pending, and I'm sitting here chilling.
Word. Let me ask both of you guys questions, man.
Yes, sir.
You as a future mayor,
watch out.
What's some of the things you want to change? You want to see your city councilman do, and also your chief of police do, and you as a future chief, what are some of the things you want to see your captain, your lieutenants, your sergeants do as a leadership position? You go ahead, Dre, first.
Well, first of all, you really do 100% got to be for the people.
Right.
Got to be.
Right.
You have to be for the people, and not just dealing with politics. So it's people over politics.
Right.
And get in the heart of the city, that they see you not just during election season. Because politicians gotta have a serious say following of lies of just its political season, and once they get what they want, they disappear. And so that is one thing, to be honest and be true to the people. Get in communities that when people say, well, did they vote or are they around? Man, get into these communities, man, where there's a high crime.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually put your boots on the ground.
Right.
Go to people's addresses and homes and see what's going on in their neighborhoods, so you can actually make the difference. And then hold your council members accountable for things that they said they were going to do within their, say, 2 or 4 year tenure. What exactly did you do? I'm going to have a follow-up, and if you're not handling your business, I'm going to call you out on that process.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Well, your question for me, as far as my lieutenants and captains, one thing I want them to do is make sure they do the job first, of course. Don't get so high on the horse you forget how having your boots on the ground feels. Some people get in a position where they're sitting in a desk, they chilling, and they forget what's going on down there.
Yeah.
And then when they get a complaint, they automatically on the political side. Oh, well, we should have done that. We need to make sure we apologize. And you don't know the whole story yet.
Right.
So they definitely need to make sure that they get the whole story, get all the information, and not make decisions based on what's going on in the climate.
Right.
That's been a big problem with all of us lately, because all of our departments, and I know that you can feel this, because of civil unrest in other areas, our police chiefs and mayors and stuff, they tighten up. Like, oh, okay, you do something, you fired.
Right.
Without even
Bro, you gotta have a backbone, man.
Right.
You
in that leadership position, you gotta have a backbone.
You have to.
Man. Yeah.
You have to. And you have to put your troops above all.
Right.
And that's a hard place to be in.
Right.
And I didn't realize just how hard until I got to the position I'm in. I'm sitting in the middle. I got my troops here. I got city council here, the mayor, the city manager, the chief. I got them here. And I'm getting information up and down line. And I have to remember, like, yo, this was me once. I made bad decisions as well, and somebody shouldn't lose their career over a bad decision that wasn't detrimental. Some things are bad, but some things can be fixed.
Some things be fixed. Common sense. Use common sense, man. Yeah.
And some things you do something totally terrible. You got to go. I mean, it just is what it is. But you know those people. You know those officers.
Correct.
And you also have to know who to put in what place. Like, okay, I know this officer's weak in this position. I need to make sure they get this type of training, whether they ask for it or not.
Right.
Or I need to say, hey, had a hard talk with them. Hey, this ain't the business for you possibly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You possibly need to recreate yourself.
Correct.
Because, as a supervisor, it is up to you. Because guess what? When lawsuits start falling, you own that thing.
Right.
You own
you
it.
was there or not,
You own
right?
it.
Right.
So, Brother X, I know you said you gonna step up the ladder. So what's motivating you to be in leadership in your career, and why do you feel the time is right for you to go ahead and take that test? And
it's time for
what
me.
What will you do with it?
Time for me to spread my wings, man. I see a lot of things that I don't like when I see some of these young officers come in, and I know sometimes they following other leaders.
Okay.
And they young too. These officers, they young. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys 27 years old and sergeants. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You got law enforcement experience, but you don't have life experience. And sometimes you need to have that balance when you're in that leadership position. So I think it's just time for me to be like, okay, it's my time. I need to teach these cats something, man.
Yeah.
A little different. It's use our head more than just, oh, I was taught to do this.
Right.
I was told to do this. Sometimes it's a little bit more simpler than that. And you making your job really harder than what it really is.
That's right.
That's so powerful.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why, because the FTOs are those first contacts with the police officers when they get released, because they usually say out of the academy, forget everything you done learned in the academy.
Right.
This is what we're about to learn now. And these FTOs are treating them and teaching them certain things, and they say, well, where'd they get that from? Who you think?
Right.
Yeah.
Trace it back to the FTO.
That's
so I think it's responsible for leadership to really track how these FTOs are presented, because what's deep, they never let me be an FTO. People kept saying, man, why would they let you be an FTO? I said, because I keep it all the way real.
You wouldn't pass on the cats.
And I'll keep it to where individuals you see are troubled and not doing things properly, they get checked on it.
Yeah.
And that's what we need, is stronger leadership to say, if this person is not the one, and when they get to a point in their career and they do get involved in a shooting, and they do get involved in an altercation, they name constantly coming up. You say, why is this happening? Because you just tried to sweep it under the carpet. And so when we talk about leadership, how do individuals slip through the cracks during the recruitment?
I tell you how. Well, because right now, in every law enforcement agency in the city or in the country is manpower.
Yeah.
So they need a body. It's like, yo, I know personally, and we're going to keep it real with y'all, right? This is one of our things. We're going to keep it real. I'm not going to tell you this, without, it's consequences. So let me say this. One thing, I'm speaking for myself. Right. I'm not speaking for ourselves. Yeah, we're not speaking for no agencies, no subdivisions, no political party, none of that. Everything we're saying.
You can't take it back now.
So you guys will be terrified to know the level of competence of your local law enforcement officers. I know personally some cats that have been passed to FTO and who have been recycled several times because they just couldn't get it. And because they needed bodies, they let that cat be the police. And they out there carrying a gun. Listen, I'm going to tell you this real quick. It's hilarious, right? And you'll understand and we'll explain. We had a call where there's a possible burglary in progress, somebody in a commercial building. This cat jumps out, runs to his trunk, grabs a riot shield, and runs up to the door.
Say what?
Yo, I said, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
I said, they're going to be able to identify you through the riot shield, the holes through the riot shield, going to match the holes in your face.
Right.
You don't have that. Riot shield is for rods, sticks,
that's it, man.
kicks,
they ain't
punches.
protecting nothing.
They ain't protecting nothing.
But spit coming in your face, that's all, man.
Yeah, this cat jumps up and grabs a riot shield to go search a building. I said, you don't go put that shit away. Right. But these are the guys that's patrolling your streets.
See.
These are who are patrolling your street.
And you went in that building with him with a gun?
No, sir.
I was about to say,
no, sir.
No,
I went today. I went back to serve. I went the other way.
Yeah.
Right.
I let him. He was on his own. I said, who got his back? You as FTO, you got him. I'm going to go over here.
Right.
I said, I don't want to be witness to this.
Right.
And I said to them, yo, he don't need to be a cop.
Nah, he don't.
Now, I was over a specialized unit, and I had a trouble person. I ain't going to mention names. He's still policing.
Okay.
And I made comment after comment, report after report. Yo, that's the reason why I got out of the department I was in.
Right.
Because I seen nothing was happening to this cat. And he was totally unsafe. He gonna get himself killed, somebody killed. This dude is a sergeant now.
Wow.
And I hope to God that he's grown up, but it's only been a couple of years. So the likelihood of that is far.
Yeah, it's far.
You know
How old is he?
He's in his mid to late 20s.
See.
Yeah, and because they didn't have the manpower, because a lot of people left in the mass exodus, they had to promote somebody.
Right.
And you next up. I would much rather you promote Snoopy or goddamn Daffy Duck than this mom.
So as you as a future chief, how will you handle a situation like that?
Hey,
when
brother,
somebody's just being promoted just off seniority or they've been there for a while?
They ain't gonna be.
Okay.
They ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't fit the bill, you ain't getting the stripes. You ain't getting the collar brass. It is what it is, because that's what's gonna happen.
All right.
I'll be out there patrolling the street.
Right.
You understand? We got a deficit.
Right.
I'm gonna be out there.
They're gonna save you. That save you less. Man, by you doing that, it's gonna save you from headaches.
Yeah, because
paperwork,
lawsuits, they ain't playing.
Yeah.
And these folks now are sue crazy. You look at every other commercial on the radio or on TV. It's all about suing
they got
somebody.
Them ambulance chases on there, man.
Yeah.
So how do you get individuals to buy into to want to be the police? Because since leadership is so bad and the things that we constantly see pushed by media, how do we do a recruitment to make sure we don't have the shortage?
What we doing right now?
Yep, but exactly what we doing right now. How we carrying ourselves, how we conducting ourselves, how we giving the raw, honest truth.
Yep, showing real brothers doing this and giving you real information and real facts. Not blowing smoke up your behind, not giving you the butterfly effect. This is what it is.
Right.
Because people want to be the police.
Right.
And black, we get I will say this, a lot of, in Georgia, black folks, they are applying. You know what I'm saying? In some of these areas, they don't get black folks applying.
Right.
They don't want to be the police. They don't want to be snitches. They don't want to be none of that. But they got to also, we have to let them know, understand, there is real money being made in this business.
Right, it is. It is. Yeah,
the money's good.
I'm doing
very well. The benefits are good.
Yeah,
the benefits are good. And when they see that kind of stuff, that also draws people, right?
Right.
But you're dealing with millennials.
Right.
They the microwave generation is what I call them. See, I can remember waiting an hour for a pot pie to be cooked in the oven. Now they ain't waiting. They put 30 seconds, ding, and they eating, right?
Yeah.
We had to wait.
Yeah.
So they want everything now.
Right.
So now we have to figure out what can we do to get them. And unfortunately for the old hands that are still doing it, it's unfair to them because they see these young cats coming and getting what they'd had to work so hard for. But unfortunately, we have to bend to some of that stuff.
Right.
So if they got to get an extra piece of new equipment, give it to them. You know, if they need an extra day off, unfortunately, we're gonna have to do that for them because that's unfortunately where we are right now.
And I always have young guys come to me, hey man, how do I apply at either police department, highway patrol, or something? First thing I ask them, why you want to do this?
Okay.
And some of the answers I get. One guy told me because he saw Bad Boys.
Right.
Wrong answer.
Right.
Wrong answer. It's either they saw a movie they wanted to do, or the cars we drive. It's never. I always ask them, what about the people? Because you got that badge on, you had the power to either take them to jail. You're going to affect their life in some way.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Either a record, you know what I'm saying, or just a ticket that they can't afford.
Right.
You affecting their life in some way. So ask yourself before you sign up for this, because the cars ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't your car. You treat it like it ain't your car. It's a state car. You know what I'm saying? And the money, I be honest with you, the money's pretty good, but you F up, it's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
And you going to jail, and your name going to be in the news, so your credibility is going to be down. So before you sign up, think about, it ain't Bad Boys. We not chasing cars. We ain't beating up midgets. We ain't shooting in the air. We ain't got the cars coming off the 18-wheelers hitting us. None of that going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's real stuff. You might go into work one day. You might go into work healthy. You might come back in a body bag.
Right. That's the reality.
You got to think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Correct.
So when you applying for this position, think about, what's my why?
Right.
Why am I doing this? I came in because I wanted to be the difference.
Correct.
That's why I came into law enforcement, because I want to be the difference.
And I want our listeners to understand this, that you don't just have three dynamics here of three black men, South Carolina, Atlanta, Cincinnati, who have never really met one another until we started to talk and coming together with the Black Shield and I Am a Beast Network. And one thing that's deep is that we all married.
Right.
And that's rare as, number one, black men, but black men taking care of their business in their careers full. I'm retired. We have over 25 years here, and Brother X, you got how many years?
14.
14. And married, happily married.
Happily married. 13 years.
Wearing our rings.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it can be done. And those listeners that sit back and say, man, we need to talk to you, just in general. We will hit on some other subjects dealing with mental health and how we're able to balance that transition. But God, family, then job, and leadership needs to know how to measure that and pay attention. Yeah. And so what are some warning signs that you see across the board as bad leadership as we start to wrap this up? What are some warning signs for bad leadership?
Well, with me, like what Brother Rasheed just said earlier about when you see calls pending and you know you're not doing anything, you just chilling, but you see it's pending in the CAD, man, go out there and at least handle one call. You working that one call would be like, okay, damn, yeah, my sergeant, yeah, they paying attention, they got our back.
Yeah, yep.
Pick the simplest call.
Yeah.
A deer wreck. Yeah. That's like 15-minute write-up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Probably less than that.
Whatever. He fast, bro. that brother.
That's the easiest call, man. You know what I'm saying? Pick the easiest one. That just shows
that man is bad.
Me, that just shows me, okay, yeah, my leader out here, he got our back.
Yeah.
Something simple like that, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When they see the calls pending, just looking at it, not doing anything, I like, bro, that's a red flag for me.
Right. What I see is when I see the leaders not there, you know what I'm saying, when they disappear, they go to lunch and don't come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
When they get the new vehicles and they drive the new vehicles and your troops down line don't have the newest stuff, but you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I see you on the news all the time and you chopping it up.
Right.
That's, to me, you always at training, but you're not sending your troops to training.
Right.
That's telltale for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's deep, because we have every year what they call an in-service, where the command staff comes in and gives us updates, and every single year, and I cannot make this up, every year that I have listened to that garbage, I said it to that garbage, that the command staff came in, they asked at the end, is there anything we can do? Because we care about you. You guys are everything. And is there anything you need? And what can we do?
It's called pimping.
And everybody in the room ended up just going,
yeah, you ain't gonna say nothing.
quiet as a church mouse, because it got to it, and they
out.
said, oh, wow, nobody wants anything, because y'all never, ever deliver. I'm going to say it. You never deliver leadership in Cincinnati. So command staff, stop talking out of the side of your neck when you really don't believe it, because Brother Dre and Curse Breakers 300 exposing all that foolishness. Just retire and go somewhere else.
Like Pretty Tony.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, what do you want? Baby, what do you need? What you need,
Right.
baby? What you need, baby?
Exactly.
Yeah, nah.
Exactly.
And before we wrap, I just want to say something real quick on leadership. My mentor, I'm not going to say his name because he's a very private person, but Mr. G, he was my old captain at Highway Patrol. He retired. I asked him, I said, you plan on running for sheriff? And he said, no. I said, why not? I said, you'd be a perfect candidate. He was like, bro, I just want to do my job. Being a sheriff, you got to cater to everybody. And you piss one person off, they ready to tear you down.
Yeah.
All I want to do is my job for
That's
people.
right.
That's it. You can't do it being a sheriff.
Yeah.
And that opened my eyes right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's the Black Shield and my brother X, brother Rasheed, and I am brother Dre with Curse Breakers 300. And as usual, when we close the show, we're not here to take sides. We're here to save lives.
Yeah.
Peace.